Welcome back. Now, every year, without fail, come Valentine's Day, Urban AC radio phone lines are ringing off the hook to get your R&B love song requests for your boo. Even Mary says it in her song, "Call the radio if you just can't be without your baby." Now, unfortunately, Mary didn't make this list, but every year, always at the top of the list are these 5 most requested female solo songs. You might want to add them to your playlist if you don't already have them. Number 4, you hear it in the background. That's Miss Tamia. You put a move on my heart. Now, this song was actually a Quincy Jones song, if you remember. It's featuring Tamia. He produced it. She's on the vocals. And then this was released in 1999 on her album. Now, I say that again, 1999. It is 2024, and I bet you anything, this will be on the request line for Valentine's Day. It was featured on the Q's Juke Joint album, but what you probably did not know is this. The song was originally recorded by an artist by the name of Mika Paris. It was originally written and produced by Rod Temperton for Mika's 3rd album titled Whisper a Prayer. Now, Rod and Quincy later formed what they referred to as an A-Team production trio. He granted Q use of the song. Tamia sings it on his album. It becomes a Billboard U.S. Hot R&B hip-hop song, top 20 hit, peak position 16. Now, Tamia just so happens to be going on tour with Mr. Joe. That's going to be a good one. Joe made the male most requested list. If you did not know, go check that one out. Moving on to number 3. So we're going back to 2001 with this song. This is Faith Evans' I Love You. Now, the song was originally written for Jennifer Lopez, and J-Lo even did some writing on this song, along with Anthony Best, a.k.a. Buck Wild, Macaulay Jameson, I hope I said that name correctly, and Bobby Springsteen. This is off of the 3rd album, Faithfully. Of course, Sean Combs was on production. This was back in Bad Boy time, along with Mario Winans and, again, Buck Wild, Anthony Best. I Love You peaked at number 14 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, becoming her 4th top 20 single on the chart, while it reached 13 on the radio song charts. Now, the song also appeared on the U.S. R&B hip-hop song charts, remaining on the chart for 30 weeks. 30 weeks. Now, that was number 3. You're probably wondering which up-tempo song made that number 2 spot, right? Moving on to number 2. Now, this isn't fact, but I believe the reason this song is always so popular every single year is because Beyonce is a multi-generational artist. What do I mean by that? The daughter, the mama, the grandma, the great-grandma, everyone loves Beyonce and this song. Number 2 spot is Beyonce's Drunk in Love. Not to mention, she has her hubby on the track with her. Now, this one was released in 2013 off the 5th self-titled studio album, Beyonce. On the charts, it peaked at number 2, Billboard Hot 100, and spent 8 weeks in the top 10, making this one of her 15th top 10 at that time. And plus, Beyonce just announced there's a new album on the way, set to be released on March 29th, and she's going full out country on this one. Moving on to the number 1 spot. Now, you already know Miss Jackson is holding this spot every year, every time, every place. Janet Jackson been saying on site since 1993. Now, she teamed up with her dynamic duo producer team for this one, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and she's also credited as a writer on this one. Anytime, any place. 1993 was released off her 5th studio album, self-titled Janet. It had a long 20-week run on the Billboard Hot 100, reaching a number 2 peak position. But over on the Hot R&B hip-hop chart, that's where it hit number 1 and remained number 1 for 10 consecutive weeks. Janet is currently gearing up for her Together Again tour, and I think because this song was so hot, like I said, one of her biggest hits, I think it may just find its way into her set. That's the number one spot. Give it up for Miss Janet Jackson. Everyone's entitled to their own favorites. So what are yours? Share them in the comments so we can comment, and make sure you stay connected with us. Urban AC Online, all things urban, adult, and contemporary online.